All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. After 6 days in a row, we finally get the candle after the doji, the one that tells the truth. And my goodness, what a truth we saw today. All right, so a bunch of comments on the YouTube videos. Look, I'm not here pretending I got this right, okay? What I'm here at least gonna stress is two things. Number one, you can see why I basically kept saying, just wait, just wait. Just wait, all right? You're gonna see why I didn't draw another line between these and why I just said if 4 breaks, it might be such a fast run up to here, let alone going another, 50 cents higher than that? My goodness, right? And then last, and I mean, obviously not least, is volume. I have been complaining about volume every day except for today. All right, didn't quite do this, but hey, it at least destroyed every other day. And volume breaking the $4 line. I mean, again, what was a very, very fast channel, it all makes sense to me. All right, so I will give you my thoughts about what I'm thinking of tomorrow. You know that. I also want to take a look at BBAI and Guard Force, GFAI. If I've got time, I'll take a look at Bullfrog as well. But look, sector strength is something I love. All right, when the big boys and the big girls, for my ladies out there, when the big ones are doing well, the little ones will follow. When the middle ones are doing well, oh, the little ones will go even more. You know what I mean? So obviously good things happen when Nvidia does well, when Palantir does well, but for SoundHound to do well, oh, that's great for Big Bear and for Guard Force, right? So that's, I think, the big thing to think about when looking at those, all right? But before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We do have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines, and clearly I'm going to need to draw a couple more up here, right? Because we have now smashed all of them. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to this channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here, giving me your time, giving me all the comments, I am incredibly grateful for it all right? So, SoundHound, I don't even know where to start, all right? Obviously, it's real easy to just focus on a 46% day, a giant candle, right? But let's take a couple steps back. Let's talk about what got us here. And really, like I said, there's the volume and the $4 line are the common things across the last few days, all right? So we gap up from the news that a major, obviously some would even say the #1 stock in the world has an investment in it. There was an investment from, some might say, the #1 fund in the world, right? When BlackRock is throwing in. I'm pretty sure I saw a viewer comment that said SoftBank also had a little bit of money in this, right? So when you get these big names connected to a little stock, amazing things happen, all right? From there, I'm not a pattern trader, all right? People often talk about wedges, head and shoulders, this and that. People talk about like dragonfly doji and like, you know, Harambe. I think Harambe is the ape, but there's one that starts with an ape. Either way, you could tell. I bet, like, I don't know, like candle or patterns at all right? The doji candle is the one that I take, all right? And the doji screams uncertainty, all right? Goes up, goes down, basically starts where it ended. And it does that every single day in a row, all right? And when I always say it, the day after the doji will tell the truth. In one big candle, you will know the uncertainty is gone. All right. And as easy as it would be for me to be like, I knew this thing was going to go up and this and that. Look, end of the day, this could have come down just as hard. And that's the one big thing that I stressed over the weekend, right? Like, we were still unsure if $4 had broken. We were still unsure if this was going to lose the 8 and come down to the 20. All right. There were still way too many. There was losing volume every single day. We were literally, not literally, but roughly 90% lower than the volume from the biggest day as of Friday's close, right? So there were still so many questions. And I'm telling you, this easily could have gone down. All right. And I'm not here to brag about this going up. I'm here to make sure we all catch the next one that does it. All right. And two big things really jump out, all right? The first one is actually, I think, the easiest one. It's the 8 moving average. Man, I love these 5 lines, all right? I'll be honest, I use these and a conjunction of others with my 1 and 2 that I don't show, right? But moving averages are my favorite thing for a reason. And I mean, this, let's just look at it, all right? Today's open was 394. You can see it's the second line. We at least open above the 8 moving average, which was sitting at 390 at today's open. All right, that's huge. When you open above it, that's beautiful. All right, obviously there's a little wick below it, but end of the day, this thing never lost it. Once we went over 4, I mean, there was so much more to be had, all right? The next thing I want to look at is the hourly chart, all right? So you can see today's the 26th. Today is the full, each of these represents 1 hour. So one big thing I was saying was nothing good will happen until we get about 111 million shares. All right, I might have rounded it to 110. I might have rounded it to 120, maybe 100. You know, I don't go back to my videos to like brag about stuff, right? All right, that's never the point. One big thing I said was, look, if we're looking for 111, let's even call it 115, screw it. If we're looking for 115 million shares in a single day, in a roughly 7-hour trading day, we better get 16, let's call it 17 million shares in the first hour. When you look at the first hour of trading, we were trading 29.6 million shares. Oh, that's double what I was looking for. Oh, that might mean something interesting is going to happen. And you know what? I was wrong, actually. Sorry. This was the first candle. So the first candle was under. So the first candle was actually at 6, and that's a little bit worrisome. It was the second one that did it and went, and lo and behold, it was the second one that did it and on the break of 4. When volume came and volume crushed, it just continued, and you can see we basically held volume the whole time. So that's right. This did not start as a juggernaut. It eventually came. It eventually got double what we needed, actually made up for this missing hour, and then obviously then some, right? So volume is what helped us push for. Volume is what did it in my eyes. This right here, this was the day. I believe this was also the number 1 shared traded stock in the market today too. So that alone makes it a beautiful thing, right? But oh man, once we got over these 2 days, it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. One thing I talked about, I never drew the line, but I talked about roughly half of this candle, roughly half of this late June one. It was around 444. I saw the stock sitting at 444 for a minute. I regret not averaging up. I had a little bit of a busy morning, but oh man, yeah, once it broke 444, it's the biggest reason why I didn't draw an extra line in between these two, all right? There are moments where you will find yourself an amazing channel. All right, this is nothing but red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 whole mess of nothing, red, 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 green, 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 red, red, red. Like this is nothing but fast up and fast down from 4 to 5 plus. That's why, I mean, look, believe me, I am surprised that we went above this line. I am. I very much am. I thought we were going to close a day right here. The fact that we went above is a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, so, but yeah, fast channels, big volume. don't lose the 8, actually kiss it, bounce off of it, and go. I mean, this is textbook. This really is why I love technical analysis, all right? So let's start talking about my thoughts for tomorrow, all right? And it's going to be, number one, it's going to be a little conservative, all right? I am not here to like play the squeeze game and this and that, all right? The first thing that's catching my eye is a 92 RSI. All right, that's a really high number. Now, as I zoom in, I'm seeing divergence. I'm seeing the green line go away from the red line. I'm seeing the green line still going up. Crazy to me. I'm seeing divergence on the MACD. Green line's going up at a better slope than this. And divergence, just a fancy word for two lines going away from each other, right? So, I have to be worried at a 92 RSI. I have to, right? Like, I'm not here believing things live in the 90s and upward, right? What I do believe is that this 516 that was supposed to be a resistance is now a support. And I think if we're going to come down, hopefully we do not go any lower than 516. I would really want this to become a nice strong line that if anything happens, it will catch us. Maybe we'll come down to 475. I think that's a realistic place as well, basically half of today's big candle. Because look, the 8 moving average, like I said, is still down here, right? It will probably be coming up at a nice little exponential rate, but it'll take us a couple of trading days for sure to catch up to it, right? So, this is lovely, all right? I can't stress how lovely this is. I see it going up a little bit after hours, basically holding. I think that's a good little bit of strength as well, because generally if you pop this much, it's not surprising to see you lose like 8% to 10% after hours, right? So just holding is a beautiful thing. But yeah, I am hoping we do not go below 516. I would say 475 one more time is the lowest I think it would go. If that's lost, I guess you got to think $4 again. The beautiful thing is I am for sure not thinking 316 at all. I am for sure believing the 200 moving average is broken, right? We will more than okay, I'm guessing here. This is like, there's no indicators that have it, right? But I'm actually guessing volume's going to be around here tomorrow. I think we're going to be around 140, maybe even as low as that 111 that I was talking about. I'm not sure if we get more volume tomorrow, or like even just remotely close to it, like 160. Oh man, this thing's gonna keep going. All right, where is it gonna keep going? Let me at least draw my next set of resistances, and I'm gonna go ahead and let's get in here and give a good look. Well, it seems like that makes a good amount of sense right there. I think that's the next line there, and then there, and then there. Okay, I would say I drew more lines than I wanted to. I don't have $10 dreams on a $5 stock. All right, believe me, I would love it to go to $10. All right, don't misinterpret that. But this is a $5 stock. All right, if we zoomed in too much. If we can get to that 780. Oh my goodness, that's actually almost a 50% move up, right? Like that's big. Even if we only get to the 660, that's another 20% move, right? So I would focus on these two lines for now, all right? There is a high RSI that has to be the last place I end it with, but if big volume comes, no one's going to care about that high RSI. We're going to see a positive MACD keep going up, and volume is king, volume is queen for my ladies out there. There is no 100 moving average. There are only 3 moving averages on the weekly. We are over all 3. There is no better place for your money than over all the moving averages on the weekly and the daily. We're clearly over all 5. We're clearly over all 5. This is a lovely thing, all right? Earnings is coming up. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Listen, all of this good can quickly go away. My voice cracked because I like felt myself distant memories of bad earnings, all right? Earnings will wipe away all that is good in a matter of heart. It's crazy what bad earnings can do, all right? Be careful going in. If you're long and strong on SoundHound, you're laughing at me right now. I know that, all right? But if you are a trader like I am, be careful with earnings. It will propel this through the sky and above, or it will very quickly drop us back into like that $2-ish range. I'm telling you, I've seen earnings do the craziest things, all right? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. I appreciate you all so much. Let's take a quick look at BBAI. What a candle. All right, I know it doesn't look as big because it's only 27 compared to that 42. What a candle. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe, please share. It does wonders for these algorithms, all right? We were talking about BBAI, actually. I know I can go back, and I know Bin SF was the first one that said it, and it was right when SoFi popped. I can't find it, but we've been eyeing this one, all right? And a lot of it really is, look, when a middle tier stock in a sector does well, the things that are around it are going to do that much better. And look, no offense to BBAI, but I think SoundHound is a higher ranked AI stock. I think volume alone is a big reason why I say that. I don't think either are a Palantir or Nvidia by a long shot, right? But if SoundHound can do well, why couldn't BBAI? If someone decided to invest in SoundHound, why wouldn't they consider this one? Why not? We're both in the same sector. We're both up and coming. We both do slightly different things. Like those are the thoughts that come into play. And hey, I'm not here to say it's true. I'm not here to disagree with it. I'm here to ride the momentum, all right? I am seeing an 8 moving average going up. I am seeing a 20 moving average go on. I am seeing a stock that tried to get over the 200 but couldn't, tried to get over the 200 but couldn't, tried to get over but couldn't, tried to get over but couldn't, got over, bounced, and ran. Technically, I love it. This sector has strength. I love it. Today surpassed the gap up volume. Not even SoundHound could do that, right? Like we were close to it. We did better than all the other days before it, right? But we were at 300 on our biggest day. We were still 33% less than that. BBAI broke it. BBAI broke it. BBAI has a real nice, full, strong candle. BBAI basically ran the channel, stopping at the resistance. I even said on my SoundHound video, I'm a little surprised that it got over the resistance. I am. I think volume's probably why, but to me, 516 made the most sense there. It makes complete sense to me here that we went from down here to right here, right? So if we can break this, I mean, again, there's such good channels coming up. You can even argue this one right here is a great one, and you're adding almost $1 on a 2-something stock. Red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 red, 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 green, green, green. And then another, like, there's reasons to love it. I like the RSI a lot more. The scary thing here would be a volume drop. All right, we don't want volume to come back down here to 2 million. We need it to at least stay around 7. Now, even 7 million would be a 50% drop, right? So ideally, we're a little closer to 10 million, right? But what we're basically looking for is 10 million shares in a roughly 7-hour trading day. We want about 1.5 million shares traded per hour. That's the goal for BBAI to keep running. Money line is obviously 251. Break that 251 and we've got some $3 thoughts in our head. Maybe we get a little bit of a resistance around 280. I think that's a fair statement. Hey, that's still actually a little bit more than, excuse me, a little hiccup, more than 10% from where we're at. So we'll look at the weekly. Ooh, look at that. Where are you sitting on the 100? 270. All right, so I think 270 might be that little resistance points that I was mentioning. But look, today is the first day of the week. Today, already on the weekly, is higher than most of these candles. Today alone, we're almost at the 50-week average, right? Like just I'm gonna delete this line real quick, right? But look how high just Monday is. Just Monday did better than this week, this week, this week. All of these weeks, only 1 week, 2 weeks, only 5 weeks this one, if you want to include it, 6 weeks, did better than the single day, right? Like that's some volume is king, volume is queen for my ladies out there. All right, so I think this is a good place to end. I think 18 minutes is 19 minutes. Jeez. Went a little longer than I wanted on the two, but I enjoyed this one actually. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. I can't stress it enough. I enjoy you. I appreciate you and enjoy you so much.